Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is M.Hafizuddin bin Muhammad Azali. My matric number is 2020-874874. Now, I will explain about counter trade in chapter 5. So, what is counter trade? Counter trade is an agreement where the export of goods or services to a particular market is made conditional upon undertaking to accept the import of goods or services from that market as full or part payment. Under counter trade, payment in trade transaction involve goods and services instead of money. Under barter trade, goods are exchanged for goods, which is no money is involved. The export are paid with goods or services supplied from the importing countries. For example, Saudi Arabia purchased 10 Boeing jumbo planes from the Boeing company in the United States in 1984. The payment was made in the form of oil that was exported from the United States. Boeing subsequently sold the oil in the United States to repay its losses. Next is compensation. Means that full or partial payment of the export is made in goods. The delivery and counter delivery terms are specified in one contract. It may not be simultaneous, but counter delivery is normally within 3 years of delivery. For example, Malaysia allow Thailand to export its rice to Malaysia. At the same time, Thailand must allow Malaysia to export its fertilizer to Thailand. Buyback. Buyback is similar to compensation, except that the period of repayment of the principal export is longer. The exports are usually for capital incentive products. For example, Western European companies supply plant, equipment, technology, and technical assistance to Russia to boost its gas pipeline system. In return, Russia promised to ship gas to Western European companies at agreed price as the project was completed. Now, under counter purchase, the exporter agrees to purchase goods and services between 10% and 100% of the original export order from the importing country as a condition to secure an export order. It is popular terms, for example, when Malaysia agreed to buy MiG-29 fighter jets from Russia with condition that Russia must buy a certain amount of palm oil from Malaysia as part payment on trade transaction. Offset is widely in high technology product. The exporter may incorporate in the export product specified material or component purchased from the importing country as a condition for the export sale. For example, Malaysia allowed Japan to export its Toyota cars to Malaysia with condition that Toyota must agree to buy 10 until 30% Malaysia-made car component. And now we move on to the advantages and disadvantages. We go to the advantages first. Regardless of the complexity, companies still use counter trade as a strategy for growth because it allows for entry into difficult market, increase company sales where you might not otherwise have business, overcome credit difficulties, and allow for disposal of declining or surplus product. A disadvantage to counter trade is that the value of a deal, the goods being exchanged, may be uncertain, causing significant price volatility. Some other disadvantages include the time-consuming nature, as in any unconventional tactic, there will be haggling over the good trades, so expect a long, drawn-out negotiation until all parties are satisfied. Higher transaction costs, including brokerage, for instance, costs can quickly add up, especially while looking for a buyer for the goods, commissions to middlemen, and many more. Logistic issue, especially if commodities are involved, and lastly, greater uncertainty on the value of the goods being traded and uncertainty on the quality of the goods.